the first thing that we're going to have you do is I want you to come up and I'll have you stand on either side of this. I want to make sure that your feet are flat. And we're just going to kind of have you sit down on the bolster and then just kind of come back up.
Okay.
So I'll help you get into position here. Okay, so step over it. Make sure you keep your feet flat and try and go slow and controlled, okay?
Okay.
Just one more time. And then next, for the progression, I'll actually have you grab one of the bean bags that we have out for you here. And then when you stand up, I'll have you throw it into that hoop that Alex is holding there, okay? You're gonna have to throw it in. Ooh, nice. We'll try one more time. Good
Yay!
All right, so the reason why we're working on this exercise is for some trunk control. With the task that she's actually doing, we're working on the plantar flexor control and trying to work her out of that because she's forced to go into dorsiflexion with this. We're also working on quad strength and overall just kind of general motor planning. Okay. All right, the next activity that we're going to work on, Brooke, is I'm going to put this down. What I want you to do is I'll have you step over it. I want you to put your foot flat on the ground, and similarly like we were doing there, I want you to squat down and make sure that you're keeping your legs apart. Okay, and I'll help you out with that. So that'll be the first thing that we do. Okay, so you can just go ahead and step over. Okay, make sure you keep your legs apart when you're going down. Okay, and then back up. All right, and then step back. And then we'll have you step over again. Keep your legs apart. And then back up. Okay. Now we'll have you step over. Well, actually, first let's do this. Let's make it more fun. So I'll have you step over again. I'll have you take the ball, squat down, and then throw the ball to Alex. Okay. Then throw it back. Okay. And a progression of this in a little bit further is we'll have you step over a little bit taller object. So I'll have you go ahead and step over, squat down, and throw that ball to Alex. Okay. So what this exercise is working on is adductor, decreasing the adductor spasticity, which is also what we were working on with the last one. We're also working on better control of her quads, getting her into that dorsiflexion position to work out of that plantar flexor spasticity, and we're also working on motor control and just general trunk control as well. All right, Brooke, the next thing that we're going to work on today is I noticed when you're doing your sit to stand, sometimes it kind of looks like you just throw yourself forward. So the biggest thing that we're going to work on is we want you to try and go slow. So the best way for you to do it slow is if you lean really far forward, kind of like you're going to bring your nose all the way down to the floor. So you do that and then just kind of push up with your legs. But the further forward you are, the easier it'll be to stand up, okay?
Okay.
So what I want you to do is go ahead and lean as far forward as you can. And really push up. There you go. Okay? We're looking for you to keep your feet flat on the ground. You're really going to work on your legs right here. So stand up, okay? Do that one more time. Okay. And then back down. Now to make this a little bit more fun, we'll give you this. You want to make sure that you're not using your arms. I want you to, when you go forward, hold it out in front of you, bring it down towards the ground, and then stand up, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and do that. Then lean forward, push up, okay? And now one more thing is a progression to make this even more fun. We're going to have Alex help us out again. And when you're standing up, I'm going to have her toss the ball towards you, and I want you to try and hit it with the middle of the stick here, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and lean forward, push up. Good job.
Good job, Brett.
And sit back down. So what this exercise is working on is, again, that quad strength. We're also working out of that plantar flexor spasticity by forcing her into the dorsiflexion. We're also going to be working on some arm extension and making sure that just the general strategy of the sit to stand process is a little bit more fluid. So as she does gain weight in adolescence, that she's actually able to incorporate a force strategy. All right, the next thing that we're going to work on, Brooke, is some kind of leaning back activities. So we're going to have you sit down, and I'm going to throw bean bags behind you. I want you to lean back, you can go on your arm. I'll have you reach for stuff, and then I want you to pull yourself back up, okay?
Okay.
So we'll start out on the surface here, and I'll just kind of toss a couple behind you. So if you want to go ahead, you can go back down on this arm, and reach out with this one, and you can grab that, and then pull yourself back up, okay? Then go the other way. Pull yourself back up, okay? A progression of this is actually working on this and forcing her to control more of her planes of motion. So I'll have you come down and I'll have you actually sit on here, okay? And I'll toss these behind you and go ahead and reach back. Now it's kind of far away, so I'll have to see if you can get it. Okay, and then pull yourself back forward, okay? And then there's one more. And then you can actually throw that over balance. Oop. Okay. I'll have you go ahead and sit there just for a second. A further progression of this, forcing you to control even more of your motion, is if you sit down on this ball, and I'll just do just one back there. So I want you to go ahead and lean back, put that arm down. Okay.
Through the hip. Good job.
Good job. Okay. You go ahead and stand up. So what this is working on is forcing her to control her trunk motions as she's moving. As the progression goes, it's forcing her to work more in the transverse plane as well as the sagittal and the frontal plane. It's also going to help that her hip flexor strength a lot as well as her abdominal strength, and also it's helping promote arm extension, which we noticed through the videos that this child does have difficulty with. Alright, so just in general, some of the things that we're looking for in terms of patient response and things that we really want to make sure that we're isolating and controlling. We're in general just looking for trunk control, making sure that she's doing everything that she can to go slow and controlled. That's in terms of general movements as well. We want to avoid momentum strategies and really work on force strategies with this patient. We're also focusing on trying to make sure that she's not up on her toes at all, to try and stretch out those plantar flexors, avoid that plantar flexor spasticity as much as we can. We're also going to work on avoiding the adduction of her legs by keeping her legs out in almost every activity that we're performing. And kind of just a general thing is we're trying to avoid as much of the compensations as we can. So really focusing on the things that we're trying to target, which we've kind of listed throughout the video.